Welcome back to my next episode on why I love eXp. And today I want to reach out to sellers. And if you're an estate agent, you might as well listen to this as well. You see, the traditional business in South Africa, they only focus on their market, their area, they're area bound. A lot of the agents who work for the brick and mortar companies, they can only work in certain areas or certain license areas, where I can work anywhere in South Africa, locally and internationally, where I can reach out to more people. So sellers, let's say for instance, you've got a flat and you want to attract those kite surfers to Blouberg, or that guest house that you want to sell in Camps Bay. Or you've got a Kruger National Park property you want to sell. Who are you going to reach out to? Well, with eXp, it allows me to speak to all of those needs for you as a seller. So let me explain to you why eXp is giving us the cutting edge above the normal brick and mortar real estate companies. So let me start sharing my screen of a property I just listed. And there we are. So as you can see my screen, there's a Airbnb or guest house I've listed for 6,350,000 Rand. I can list this property to 34 different countries. Can the brick and mortar company do this? I can be in control of this portfolio. So let's look. If I list the countries, and this is what happens, the screen opens up and it lists the countries where I can post into or where my property will reach. But let's say, for instance, I'm sitting with a person in Germany or in Stockholm or in Hong Kong. I will click on Hong Kong as an example. And it will open up in that country, and it will tell me what the cost or the currency of that country will be. How awesome is that? So let's go back into the next one. Let's say, for instance, I want to go into Spain. Just waiting to open up. It opens up in the language of that country and the currency in euros. So when you want to attract the right people in, or the right customers or clients into your business, we've got the tools to present to that person, like that kite surfer who's coming from Spain, convert that flat into that currency, convert it into the language by click of a button, which means more revenue, more reach, more people. What I also do differently, I've got certain Facebook pages, Instagram pages, as well as LinkedIn, which I train on how to reach a bigger audience by selling your property and looking for that specific buyer. And what I do differently as well, I apply the Lord approach when I look at your property. So let's say, for instance, you've got a kite surfer and he's in Spain, but we don't know that he is a kite surfer. So what does the Lord approach mean? I will look at the L stands for location, the O stands for occupation, the R stands for recreation, and the D stands for dream. So when I do attraction marketing to sell your property, I use those 4 keywords: location, occupation, recreation, and dream. And then I will look what is his recreation? So if he's in cycling, I will drop him a message on Messenger on his Facebook page and says, hey, I see you've traveled to South Africa. I see you in cycling. Have you looked at Bloberg? I see you also into kite surfing. Why don't you reach out to us and maybe we can find that flat for what you're looking for? This is how we can interact with people all over the world. So we can help you as a seller to sell your property nationally and internationally. When I'm sitting with 96 properties in Komatipoort on the Crocodile River, and I've already reached out to so many Germans and guys from the Netherlands who's interested. Today at 11:30, I'm dealing with another investor from overseas just to show him what we can do to get his clients in from overseas. I think he's from Spain or Germany, and he's looking for properties in the Kruger as well as in Camps Bay. So it's a one-stop service that we can offer to him through the reach of our 90,000 agents internationally and over 1,050 agents in South Africa. So why don't you drop me a message and say, yes, tell me more, and let's have a one-on-one or a Zoom that we can help you to grow your portfolio or sell your property or work with an agent who's interested to come into eXp that can help them grow their portfolio. Be awesome and be great.